Hey guys, Team Cricket here, coming at you today with another deck profile. Today we're looking at the HerculesKabuterimon deck. Before we get a look into the actual deck profile, here's a message from our sponsors.
Ultimate TCG is a store that stocks everything TCG related. Whether that be Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic or Digimon, you name it, they've got it. Head over to their website and use the code TCHIT505 to get 5% off your order. Have you been looking for your new favourite playmat? Well, Cho Sugoi is the place to be. Whether it be customised playmats, memory tokens or anything else, they have everything you will need to play the game and more. Even better, when checking out, if you use our discount code TEAMCRITHIT, you can also get 5% off your order.
So yeah, let's take a look at the deck profile. We'll start with the babies as always. So in this list, we are actually running, of course, 5 babies as most do now. We're running 4 Argomon and 1 Motamon. Now the reason that we're doing this is because the megas that we run usually cost 4 or higher, and being able to attack with the mega, because you're going to be attacking your opponent's rested units, and then restand it during your turn, gives you that allotted memory and means that you can gain that additional memory and play the same thing on your turn and do additional things. Next up we have the Motamon, which is the inheritable effect of during your turn, while this Digimon is level 6 or higher, it gains 1000, which is just a really easy way for us to be able to get that additional power bonus, and it's a really nice option to run as the 5th option. As you know, in a lot of decks, running your 5th slot is usually just something random, a little bit of value here and there, and it's nowhere near as consistent usually as your main choice. Obviously, otherwise it would be balanced out more. But overall, we're pretty happy with the babies. The Argomon can really come in clutch with that memory and is really useful in this deck. Next up, we are running 4 Palmon. So this Palmon is from the starter deck. It's got the inheritable effect of when attacking, if you attack an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gains plus 2000 DP for the turn. Gaining plus 2000 DP is really nice. It means that you have a lot more survivability if you're swinging into your opponent's Digimon and you have piercing, because obviously you're always going to be scared that they're going to get something huge like a Chaosmon and then it just wipes out your big stack. Palmon is really useful to try and prevent that, or at least help you get there. Next up we have Lalamon. So we're running 3 Lalamon in the list. Lalamon is really nice, and you'll see it in a lot of green lists right now because it just helps with consistency. Its effect is, during your turn, inheritables, when this card is trashed due to the activation of a Digimon's Digiburst, you can return this to hand. This is really nice because we are able to continuously and always have a Digimon that's going to go on top of our babies. This can really be a difficult thing because obviously sometimes you're going to brick, sometimes you're going to have difficulty with not drawing enough rookies, and this really helps because we run Digiburst. Next up we have Tentomon. So we're running 3 Tentomon. Again, another card that you'll see in a lot of lists because its effect is so nice. It has a very nice on-play effect of reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a green Digimon card, you add it to your hand. If it's not a green Digimon card, you put it to the bottom of your deck. Really nice because, as I mentioned before in other deck profiles, being able to have that on-play effect means that you are able to play your rookie as you would in a lot of situations. You want to be able to play a rookie out and also get that on-play effect instead of just having to hard play one of your rookies out. Next up we have Terriermon. So we're running 2 Terriermons in this list. This is fantastic. Rookies with the ability to stop your opponent from gaining memory outside of tamer effects are very strong right now because of the likes of yellow and blue, having Hammer Spark and having yellow's one, which has slipped my mind. But yeah, it's still a very nice and strong card. Being able to run 2 of it and just hard play it and stop your opponent from ever being able to gain memory from these new option cards that have been added is very nice. Next up, we are actually in fact running 2 of the promo Palmon. Now, a lot of lists either run these because they have them or don't run them because they don't. We do have them, we just like the number at 2 in this deck because we're not concentrating on the OTK build. So this effect is inheritables during your turn. When this card is trashed due to the effect of Digiburst, one of your Digimons gain jamming. So this can be really useful to make sure that on the piercing, or even when we're just swinging, for example, we're not going to get removed from Digimon and keep that survivability high again. Really nice. Next up for our champions, we're running 4 Kabuterimon. So this is the new 1-cost blocker from the starter deck. Really nice consistency, only having to pay 1. We're playing Gargomon. We're playing 4 of that. So Gargomon again is another Digivolve cost of 1. it has the inherited effect of this card gains plus 1000 DP for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon. Even better with the Palmon rookie that we were talking about before, gaining 2k, and then the Gargamon being able to give you an additional power is really, really useful. So yeah, and then next we are actually running Stingmon. So we're running 3 Stingmon, and look how fantastic this is in green. Being able to have all of your options in the champion stat to have the 1 Digivolve cost means that you are always going to have cheap Digivolutions. Next, yeah, so Stingmon's inheritable effect is when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, gain 1 memory, which is really, really nice because of what this deck wants to do. And to finish off our champions, we have Roachmon. Look at that. Like, it's like a pyramid of efficiency right there. Roachmon is fantastic because it's a 3 play cost, which is nice for a level 4 because it's like a pseudo rookie at times. And also it has that 1 Digivolve cost, and it's blank apart from that. Being able to run all of these options and still just all of them come to 1 Digivolve cost is fantastic. Really, really useful, and nice to have that little bit of choice if you are stuck for a rookie. As I mentioned, you can brick before. Next up is a very key card in all of green right now, and it's been strong since the set that came out, which I believe is set 1.5. So Blossomon is an amazing ultimate because it has the Digisorption effect. If you don't know what Digisorption is, its effect is when one of your Digimon digivolves into this card from your hand, you may suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 3. Really, really nice, and just really, really effective to be able to get your megas out. It works really well because we're running Nidhogg in this list. Being able to play your ultimate and then go into your very high costed mega is very, very useful. Alongside that too, we're running the Argamon. So Argamon is still on the limited list, and you'll understand why now. Not only does it have Digisorption like Blossomon does, and just to understand this, Blossomon is very, very strong, just because it's effectively a blank vanilla that you can play for free. Argamon has all that and more. It has Digisorption 3 and the effect of Inheritables. When attacking, you may play 1 level 3 green Digimon card from your hand, suspended, without paying its memory cost. Imagine if right now in this set, we could play 4 Blossomon and 4 Argamon. You play all your ultimates for free effectively, and then you also get additional effects from the Argamon. It's silly, and we'd run as much of these as we possibly could. It's really nice. Next we have Cherrymon. So Cherrymon is a 2-cost Digivolution ultimate, which is fantastic because it means that we can go from champion to ultimate and then into mega if we need to. It also has the blocker ability, which is really useful because it's a 7k blocker, meaning that if your opponent's swinging with a champion for like max of 6,000, that you're going to be able to block that and still have that survivability and still be able to get there. Really nice. Next we have Lilamon. So Lilamon is really, really nice in this list because it has the main Digiburst 2 effect of suspend one of your opponent's Digimons. This is really good because of the inheritable effects that give a little bit of power here and there. It means that this can push this to 8,000, which means it's going to be able to swing over other ultimates and anything below that. Really useful, and we have other effects that work in tandem with that Digiburst 2. It also has a really nice inheritable effect which works fantastically with this deck of, when attacking, if you have a tamer in play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. One thing you have to watch out for this is obviously you can lose this if you Digiburst it away, but outside of that, it's just a nice way to be able to rest your opponent's Digimons and give yourself another target with your megas. Speaking of megas, we now have the main boss monster for the deck. We have HerculesKabuterimon. So this is really nice. The downside of this more than anything is it's 4 Digivolve cost, which feels a little bit gross, but we've built the deck to try and work around that. It has the piercing ability, which is really nice because of what it does. Its bottom main effect is main Digiburst 2 and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It's a very, very simplistic card, but what it does is control your opponent very hard. Being able to gain the power means that you can get this card as high as 15,000 with nice inheritables such as the Patamon, which actually works because it's a level 6, and just, yeah, along with the champion Gargamon as well, giving additional power there. Because it has the piercing, you're going to do the check. You're a bit afraid at times that your opponent's going to swing something such as a Chaosmon, but because you've kept the cards that give you power, you're going to be okay. What's also nice about this, and what's also nice always about Digiburst right now, is it's not once per turn. You can do this multiple times if you have multiple different Digimon up to swing at your opponent's thing and just super control their board. Really good. Speaking of controlling boards, and another reason why this can work in tandem with this, if you manage to have 2 stacks out and you have Hercules out, you can actually rest your opponent's cards, and it works in tandem with Nidhogg. So Nidhogg is a 5 Digivolve cost, which is definitely high, but it's definitely worth it, because its effects are, when Digivolving, you Digiburst 4, suspend all of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less, and then you place all of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck in any order and trash all of the Digivolution sources underneath. Really, really strong and catches your opponent off guard very often. Really good to just be able to wipe your opponent's board, and if your opponent's attacked with their most critical pieces, as a lot of them do with their Megas, for example, then this means that this is be able to just put them to the bottom of the deck, which is really, really strong. I've seen some very huge Nidhoggs, but the best Nidhoggs are ones that just get rid of key pieces for your opponent. Really, really good. Next up, we have Chaosmon. So this is a card that's been huge for green this set. Chaosmon is the level 7 that can be used in black or green. It's a 6 cost Digivolution source, and it has piercing, and the when Digivolving effect of unsuspend this Digimon, then it can attack your opponent's Digimon. The effect allows this Digimon to also attack unsuspended Digimon as well. Now, this is seen a lot in the OTK build because it gains inheritable effects, obviously, of the Digimon that you placed on this on top of. We really like this list because it's doing what green is best known for, being controlling. This Chaosmon works perfectly too, because say you're not going to Nidhogg in this scenario, but say you've went into the Kabuterimon and you've rested your opponent's thing, you swung into it, but they still have something up, and then you can go into Chaosmon and also get rid of that. I've played against this deck quite a lot, and just thinking of my opponent, playing against it, and you go, okay, so he's dealt with one thing, I still have the other thing, maybe I can do this, I can do that, and that's what a lot of competitive players do. They try and think during your opponent's turn, how can I react to this on my turn? Chaosmon, along as well as the other ways that we have to remove cards, doesn't give them the room to be able to work with the cards that they have, which is really nice. And also, having those Zoltards feels nice when you play it. The nades are on the way, we promise. Next up, we have a one-off Needle Spray. So the list is a little bit tight because we're running a lot of cards that are very good for the deck. So the one Needle Spray really comes in nice. It's good because you will always see this card because it has the effect of main, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, but also the security effect of activate this main's effect, and then you add this to your hand. So defensively, you get to add this, you get to rest your opponent's Digimon. So it could possibly mean that they won't be able to get game on you if this is like your last one, really useful, or rest your opponent's blocker so you can swing for game, or just rest the Digimon so that you can swing something with piercing into it. Really, really nice, and a lot of lists are running 2, but we think 1 is fine for this list because we already rest a lot. Next, we have a card that is on the limit list alongside the Agumon. This is Hidden Potential Discovered. This is still a very fantastic card in green. It's a 0 cost option card that has the effect of main. The next time one of your green Digimon digivolves this turn, you may suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost by 5 for the Digivolution. Really, really nice. It means that you can effectively get a Nidhogg out for free, which is ridiculous. It also has the security effect of add this card to your hand. Again, like the needle, means that you're always going to get it. There's no way that you're not going to get it unless you don't draw it from your deck. So if it goes to security, you get it to hand, and you can do it next time. Next up, we have the amazing Mimi. Mimi is still ridiculous in this format. So it's a 4 cost tamer with the effect of start of your turn. If you have 2 or less memory, set your memories to 3. And then main, if you have a level 5 or higher green Digimon in play, you can suspend this tamer to hatch 1 Digi-Egg card to an empty space in your breeding area, or to move 1 level 3 or higher Digimon from your breeding area to your battle area. If you get 2 Mimis out, you're rapiding out your babies super fast. But what's good is that you can consistently get draws faster than your opponent because of Mimi being able to play your rookie and stuff and then move it out, or move your rookie out from the area and then hatch, and then you can play even more rookies there to set up for next turn. Is really, really strong. It also has the security effect of play this as all members, as all of them do, really. But yeah, that is our HerculesKabuterimon deck profile. What do you think about the list? Let us know. What we still always like to know, and we always ask, what is your favorite deck in this set 4 format right now? Yeah, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.
Crit Hit Game Hub is the largest gaming store in Liverpool and stocks all things games. From card games to D&D to Warhammer, whatever game you play, they have a place for you. Also, using our codes CritHitDigiTeam, you can also get 10% off your order.